So I want to give you guys an update on my dating scenario or situation. Uh, I didn't watch my last video, so I don't know where I left off. I know I had like all these ideas of where to go and all that. So I ended up getting a month membership at the tanning place. Uh, and I ended up asking one girl out there, and she ended up having a boyfriend. So my reason for going there was this other girl that uh, I started going to this place in 2013, and I knew like some stuff about her. Never really talked to her, but like she drives a Saab, and she had the same Saab 97X, like the SUV, since 2013 when I started going there. So that told me that she's like responsible and stable and doesn't she knows how to take care of cars or like not abuse them or whatever. Then I don't remember like how I saw her once or twice in the last month, and I talked to her once, and she said that she is leaving there in a month or two because she graduated college. Oh, I remember. I brought up that I remember seeing her studying at work, and that made me also know that she was responsible and a hard worker. So, so I brought that up and asked her about that, and she told me that she was leaving that job at the tanning salon in like a month or two, and because she got a job as a CPA, like she finished college and all that. So CPA, awesome, because working in cryptocurrencies, uh, she'll like understand my decisions. Maybe, I don't know. Didn't talk to her about any of that, but I feel like I could probably talk to her about money and stuff like that. And money is like a big thing in having long-term relationships. So anyway, I saw her like only that one time. Well, I saw her like once or twice after that, but there was like other people around, or like there was just other people around, so I didn't get a chance to talk to her. Like when you walk in, there's a table with two computers that two receptionists sign you into, and it's usually the other receptionist. So I didn't get to speak to her, but yeah, she's there now, and my month membership ended. What does my watch say? Today's the 6th. Uh, my month membership ended on the 6th, which is like 4 or 5 days ago. So I would have to go in there just for the purpose of asking her out. Because I don't want another month membership, because that's a waste of money and not really healthy for my skin uh, to go there every single day. Um, so I usually take like 2 months off or so. I go for 1 month and then take 2 months off. You can also pay by day, but it was like $7 or $8 per day, but only like $60 per month. So so yeah, and this all came about because before I left my house, I wanted to make a different video about this guy that committed suicide, and I'll make that video another day because it's important for me to talk about. But yeah, so last night I checked my OkCupid dating profile thing again, and like all the girls on there are like fat or have tattoos or are single mothers, and like I want a girl that I'm like attracted to. She doesn't have to be perfect. I, she doesn't have to be like a 10 or anything. She just has to be like I have to want to have sex with her, you know. Um then like single mothers, I dated one. It was a disaster, and I'm never doing that again. Uh um what was the other thing, covered in tattoos. Like, it just shows like they're not responsible, I guess. And like, why would you spend all your money on tattoos, especially like art art and stuff like that? I don't get that. Like I have wanted tattoos in the past. Like, I wanted a full sleeve, and I wanted to get like my first private keys for like Litecoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin and whatever tattooed on me. And I decided against that because it's a waste of money, and doesn't really. And also, I don't want, like, I want someone to be a I didn't want to. I wanted to attract the right girl, and being covered in tattoos, I don't think attracts the type of girl that I'm interested in. So anyway, yeah, that's my experience with online dating. Is that all these girls, not all of them, majority of them are not dateable. And so then there was like, occasionally there's like an attractive girl on there that, like, their profiles still have like things that I have questions about and whatever, that or concerns about. But uh I don't know, since they're like the only one that's attractive, I end up messaging them. And so last night, there was, out of like the last month, there was finally one decent looking girl there. And she was like, I think I forget what she was going to college for or whatever. And which college isn't even like a big deal to me, like, because if we're going to start a family, like, it's going to be hard for someone to maintain a job while being pregnant and raising a kid. So, but anyway, like, I don't know how that would work out, and I wouldn't want to feel like my child's being neglected because their mother has to go to work all the time, uh, and has to like focus all their time on work and all that. So, um, so yeah, this one girl that I ended up messaging, it said on the bottom like, "Message me if," and she wrote, "If you can make me laugh and keep me entertained." And like, I messaged her like, how the hell am I supposed to be responsible for your happiness? Like, puts a lot of pressure on me, and that's not like a priority in a relationship that's gonna like keep us together and make sure we don't go like bankrupt or nothing bad happens to us or anything like that. So like, I don't know, she ended up responding, and she was just like, she just said, I like your picture, call me." And it gave like some 855 number that I looked up and can't find any like records of or anything. So I'm pretty sure she's a fake account. So it's like, I don't know, probably just like someone fishing for some desperate guy to whatever. I don't know. I don't even want to like follow through to see what's up with that and whatever, to figure out what's wrong with it. But I don't know. It's like, and also like, with dating, it's like I have to make it a priority of mine to like go out and meet girls, which it's not. I don't know. I'm probably just making excuses because I could probably be at like a million other places now or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest, and I'm gonna go to that tanning place now and ask that girl out, and hopefully she doesn't say she has a boyfriend or whatever. Like, I just want, like, I can't even like find anyone to like, I can't even find anyone decent that doesn't have a boyfriend, you know. So like I just want to like get to the point where there's girls that I could take on a date and ask, like I have a 2-page list of questions that I wrote over like the last 6 months, 8 months, to ask a girl to try to figure out like who she is and if we're compatible and all that. And I can't even get to a point, like I don't even know how to get to a point where, or I haven't gotten to a point yet of being able to ask, being able to take anyone on a date to even ask any of these questions. So I asked that girl out. I went to the tanning place, and since I didn't have a month membership, it actually cost me like $16 and change, almost $17. Uh, to sorry about that sound. It's the autofocus on this camera, I guess. But yeah, it cost me like almost $17 for one day. So I walked up to like the counter and was like, "Oh, all I need is one day," and paid for it. And in the middle of it, I was like, "Oh, I have a question, and it's gonna seem like it's coming out of nowhere." And I don't remember what she said, but I was like, "Will you get lunch with me, like as a date?" And she's like, "Do you know how old I am?" And I'm like, I paused for a second and I'm like, well, you're older than 17 because you're a CPA and you've been working here for at least 4 years, I guess. Or like, I'm like, well, I was here in 2013 and I know you had your car in 2013 or something. And she's like, well, I didn't work here in 2013. Maybe you saw me, like tanning here or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. But she seemed like kind of off put that like I guess that she thought that because I like knew that she worked there for so long or whatever that I was like stalking her or something like that. So like after I went into the tanning booth, I had like 10 minutes to like collect my thoughts and whatever. So like when I was leaving, I'm like, do you think I was like stalking you, or do you think I was like weird for asking you out or whatever? And she's like, no, I don't think that. And like I could have just left it at that, but like I wanted to at least explain where I was coming from. So, and I wanted to do that for myself because like again, I wanted to make sure that she didn't think I was like stalking her or anything. I guess I wanted her to understand where I was coming from or whatever. So like I told her how uh like I want to get married and how I don't want to get a divorce, and I have to like selectively, like I have to be like cognitive of the people that I ask out on dates because like I don't want to end up in a bad situation. So like I told her like I knew that she was a CPA, so that, and that she worked and that she was studying while at work, so that told me that she was like responsible and has like a good head on her shoulders. And told her that like she's had her car for so long, so then that means that she's again responsible and I'm not gonna have to like fix her car all the time, or have to buy her a new car like every month because she crashes it or something like that. And I don't know, it went well in the sense that I was able to tell her my thoughts and be like honest about everything, because I know like a lot of like dating strategies is like, oh, be mysterious and flirt and like do all this stuff. And I don't really, I guess for one, I'm 31 and I don't really have time to like invest in a girl that like I don't even know if she has a boyfriend. Oh, she told me that she like paused after when I first walked in and asked her like, hey, will you get lunch with me like as a date? She like paused for a second and was like, oh, I have a boyfriend. So I'm not sure if she was telling the truth about that, because immediately after she was like, oh, do you know how old I am? So I think maybe it was more of an issue with age than it was, I think maybe she just used the boyfriend thing as an excuse. which isn't really helpful to me. I would rather get like honest feedback and whatever. Like if she was lying, I would rather get honest feedback. But anyway, yeah, it sucks that like so there were only 3 girls at that tanning salon that I was interested in. One of them I don't know if I mentioned before, but I was interested because she because I don't know, I guess I was just interested because I was like open with her and was talking to her and whatever. I didn't really see anything otherwise, but that's like at least good enough to ask her out on a date to get to know her more or whatever. Then there's that girl that I'm talking about now, and then there's this other girl that's like attractive, but she wears like a bunch of makeup and stuff, and so I don't know about that, but that so yeah, like I think it's like what I did was a success in the fact that I did ask out girls. In the past, like my first girlfriend was like a party at my house, and I was drunk and kissed her, and then like that somehow turned into a relationship that we never even got to know each other or like planned a future together or anything like that. And then my second girlfriend was the same way. Started at a party because that's like the only way that I knew how to like be comfortable around girls, I guess, was by drinking alcohol and then whatever. So I do think of it as a success, like asking out these 2 girls, even though I was turned down because at least I'm trying something new as opposed to what didn't work in the past. So, but what sucks is that I don't really know of any other girls other than that one other girl at the tanning salon. So, even though it sucks, I do have to like rethink my strategy and figure out like some other ways to meet girls, I guess, because my options are limited. I don't want to get to a point where the first girl that goes on a date with me, I end up like making excuses for or accepting things about her that I don't want to accept just because she's the only girl that hung out with me and I just want a girlfriend and am lonely or whatever. So I have to be like, uh, I have to have that on my mind too and I have to be conscious of that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say, but I think I pretty much covered everything. Uh, it sucks, but what can I do except? Oh, I also told the girl like I needed to ask her because whatever the answer was, I knew like I could move on and make a better plan and whatever after that. So like when I left and said goodbye, I'm like okay, bye, take care and good luck with your future and everything. So also the reason I'm posting my dating experience videos is like for one to get stuff off my chest. I don't really have anyone to talk to or anything. So that's one of the reasons that's beneficial to me, but I hope also that my experiences provide inspiration to other people to not give up and to keep on trying. If you look at like my first video about explaining Bitcoin, I was terrified to talk to people and stuff like that. I don't know if that's like a good example. I guess yeah, it is because like that my first video, I was putting myself out there on camera and had no idea who I was going to talk to or who I was talking to or how the video would be perceived or how to make a video or anything like that. And where I am now, I'm really happy and it's been terrifying and hard, but I've come a long way from there. So I'm really happy about that, and that pushes me to do better. So and it pushes me to keep going is what I mean. So so yeah, I hope anyone that's watches this video remembers that. and uses that information and uses my experience to. I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry. You get the point. I hope that my videos are helpful and you don't give up on anything.